In health news tonight, U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy wants Congress to require a tobacco-style warning for visitors to social media platforms. The nation's top doctor is worried about the negative impacts that social media has on mental health. And joining us now with more on that is Dr. Laura Anderson with the Center for Trauma Resolution and Recovery. Dr. Laura, thank you for doing this. The Surgeon General says these warnings are needed because of the growing mental health concerns and the crisis really among our young people. Do you share his concern?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. You know, I do, because the research that we're starting to see come out is pretty alarming. Not only are we seeing a rise in things like depression and anxiety, but we're also seeing an increase in things like emergency room visits, as well as an increase in things like self-harm and suicide. We're also seeing things like social media and time on our cell phones influence the way that young people are interacting with each other. We're seeing their attention spans be influenced, the way that they're sleeping, the way that they're interacting with others, and even having some addictive qualities, whether that's being addicted to actual things, such as maybe online gambling, as well as the ways that they are interacting with their phone and the amount of time that they're spending on them.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say young people aren't the only folks at risk for mental health issues associated with social media. Would I be right?
I absolutely think you're correct. I think that no matter what age you are, you can very much be all consumed with your phone. But when we're looking at the way that young people's brains are easily influenced, I think that's the reason that we're seeing this warning label come up as something that might be something that's useful. Young people, adolescents, and children are more easily influenced, which is the reason why I think we're seeing this push for a warning label. But that's not to suggest that people of any age couldn't be influenced depending on the amount of time that they're spending on social media, as well as the type of content that they are consuming, and the types of influences that they might have around them.
How do I know if my child is addicted to social media, and what do I do if they are?
Well, I'm going to say that this is not just for children, this is for anybody, but one of the things that I would say to anyone is what happens if you take it away or decrease the use of it. So try cutting back just a little bit. Maybe it is a full weekend without social media. I know there's so many of us that would say, no, there's no way that I could be addicted to social media. And yet the moment that we try to take it away, even for a half a day or an hour, and we find ourselves not knowing what to do with it, that anxiety actually does rise because we don't know what's going on in the outside world. And so giving ourselves opportunities to try to decrease it little by little can be really, really helpful. There's great apps out there that help us with blocking off our time, whether that is automatically shutting apps off after using them for a certain amount of time, or setting it so that certain times of the day or evening our apps automatically turn off. I also encourage people to spend time outside and get face-to-face with people. That's something that we're missing a lot of now when we're spending time, on a screen. So get in front of people, get outside, and try cutting back that time on your screen incrementally and see if that can help.
Some good information here. Dr. Laura Anderson, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.